Hello, welcome to my channel Art Book Nook. My name is Kay and I review art and craft books. Today I'm going to review DIY Watercolor Flowers by Marie Boudon. Marie has written this book to help you learn to paint beautiful flowers in simple steps with her easy approach to watercolor for beginners. This is a lovely softback book, 155 pages, published by David and Charles and printed on quality paper, and the book opens reasonably flat, which makes it nice to work from. Marie describes her book as the beginner's guide to flower painting, for journal pages, handmade stationery and more. There are 3 sections in the book: basic techniques, plant directory and floral compositions. We have a lovely photograph of Marie herself. Marie Boudon is French and she's a self-taught artist, and she says in the foreword she wanted to create a proper step-by-step guide for you rather than just a series of tutorials. Chapter 1, Basic Techniques. Throughout this chapter, Marie suggests little exercises for you to familiarise yourself with watercolours. You will need very little equipment to get started, and Marie has listed the basic essentials. In paint, Marie tells you about the different formats of paint, such as pans or tubes, the different quality available, and sets you can buy. For the step-by-step demonstrations in Marie's book, she recommends that you only need 2 brushes, and she describes them here. Here Marie advises you about watercolour paper, the quality and the texture and format. Which brings us to some exciting pages, getting to know your colours, and Marie explains how she chose her own colour palette. Here we have the first exercise in this lovely book, creating a colour chart of your own colours. So we have the pure colour, the diluted colour and the heavily diluted colour. This exercise is well worth taking the time to do because it serves as a very handy reference. Here Marie explains what is meant by value, which is how light or dark a colour is, and saturation, which is how bright or muted the colour is. In experimenting with mixes, Marie is going to show you how to produce mixes to obtain a rich, unique palette using your own watercolours. On this page, Marie has kindly listed her favourite colour mixing recipes, and Marie discusses creating a palette in more detail in order to create harmony in your work. We now arrive at a section where Marie explains basic watercolour techniques, and here is a very clear example of painting wet on dry and wet on wet. Watercolour paint is either transparent, opaque or semi-opaque, and this demonstration illustrates how to use transparent watercolour to create interesting glazes. This is one of my favourite techniques in watercolour, wet on wet. You just never know what you're going to get when you mix 2 colours together and allow them to blend on the page. This is where the magic of watercolour truly happens. In the blending and gradation exercise, you will learn how to get a lovely smooth transition from dark to light. Here Marie explains how to create contrast in your work, contrast through size, shape and colour. And Marie has provided a few exercises to help you develop your brushwork skills. Your floral artwork can be transformed into cards, posters and invitations using digital technology. Marie doesn't go into a lot of detail about how to do this because this is dependent on the software you have and your level of technical skills. This brings us to Chapter 2, Plant Directory. So having worked on some watercolour basics, we'll now learn how to paint some beautiful flowers and leaves and put this all together in various compositions. I'm going to set the rest of this book to some pretty music for you, and I'll meet you at the end and provide a summary. So we've now arrived at the end of this beautiful book. I think this book is ideal for someone who's a complete beginner to watercolour, especially if you love flowers and pretty things. The step-by-step demonstrations are very clear and easy to follow, and I'm sure working from this book will bring you a lot of pleasure. In the description below, I've put a link to Marie Boudon's website. This is in French, but Google will translate it for you. I've also added a link to Marie's Instagram account and her YouTube channel. The tutorials are in French, but I'm sure you'll still get some benefit from watching them. But if you'd like to follow a tutorial in English, Diane Anton from Diane Anton Studio has created one based on Marie's lovely book. Marie Boudon's book is a lovely introduction to watercolour. I've added links in the description below to where you can buy a copy of DIY Watercolor Flowers, either for yourself or for someone you know. I hope you found my review helpful. If you did, please give this video a like. It helps YouTube promote my channel to other people who are interested in art books. I try and post a new art book review every single week, so if you'd like to see more reviews from me, please subscribe to my channel. I'd really appreciate it. And if you found this review helpful, please leave me a comment below. I do reply to all comments. And if there's an art book that you'd like to see, let me know and I will do my best to review it for you. So thank you for watching, and until next time, happy painting.